This video will go over the process of placing your final book cover design onto the Photoshop mockup document. Your first step will be to save your final book cover as a PDF file. To do this, go to File, Export, Export As. Make sure your project name aligns with your project guidelines. Make sure it's in a location that you can find later. And finally, make sure the format is Adobe PDF. Click Export. The default PDF settings should be fine and you can hit Export. Once that's saved, open Photoshop with the mockup document. To open this file, make sure you download it first from the Canvas course and either click on the browser download or find it within your Finder or File Explorer and double-click on the file name. To edit this mockup, go to the Layers panel and from the layers, click on one of these options. I will start with the front cover. For each of these layers, you'll notice it has two components. One will be the Smart Object thumbnail and the other one will be a layer mask thumbnail. Double-click on the Smart Object thumbnail. When you double-click, it'll open a new Photoshop file. This is where we will bring in our final book cover PDF. I'll go to File, Place Embedded, look for my book cover PDF, and hit Place. When you see this pop up, you can leave it as is and hit OK. Now all you have to do is resize and move the image to the proper place. I will hold down my Shift key as I resize this image. Once I've positioned it to where I'd like, I'll hit Return or Enter on my keyboard. Afterwards, I'll go to File, Save. Because this is a smart object, essentially whatever edits get saved here will be saved to my mockup. Do this step for all other parts of the book, including the front spine, back cover spine, and back cover. So once again, just double click on the smart object, go to File, Place Embedded, locate your book cover PDF, and hit Place. Hit OK, and all you'll have to do is reposition your book cover. Hit Return or Enter, and then go to File, Save. Now again, if you go back to your mockup, it'll save accordingly. Once you've updated all parts of your mockup, it's time to save your project so you can submit to Canvas. Go to File, Save As. Make sure the name is correct according to your project guidelines. The folder is one you know where to locate. And make sure that the format isn't Photoshop, but instead Photoshop PDF. Hit Save. If you get a pop-up, just hit OK. From here, your preset by default should say high quality print, and if it does, all of these settings should be left as is. Hit Save PDF. You'll get another pop-up. You can hit Yes. Once it's saved, you can now go to your Finder or File Explorer and locate it within the folder you saved it. And if you double click on the PDF, it will now look like this. This is now ready for you to submit to Canvas.